Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive card reader, and I have a message for Leos today. And this is a message that I've asked for from Spirit and from my guides, asking for something that is deeply meaningful for you this week in what you're going to face and what's in front of you. And really, especially in the case of this reading, what you're being called to do. If at any point during this video you feel compelled to like or subscribe to the channel, that I would greatly appreciate it. Your support is always really, really, really valued. So let's get started with your reading. The energy around you this week is the King of Pentacles. Now this is an awesome card. This is a card that talks about stability, security, dependability, and financial security, which is something that I know we all want in this time, right? So this is the energy around you this week. This is what's available to you. And the leadership of this card is very interesting. Because he is full and whole himself, he's able to give and share his resources with others. So keep that in mind. He's not a leader that's going to push forward and like, this is the direction we're going. He's a leader that's very supportive. Now, what's going on with you is you're trying to do that leadership role, but you're coming at it the wrong way. You're ending up with the Ten of Wands. So you're using your energy to hold up responsibilities that aren't yours. You're getting a little bit tied up in your underwear with trying to do too much and trying to be too many things for too many people. And you feel like you've got a handle on it, but when nobody's looking, or when you think nobody's looking, you're just kind of like, ugh, like you're just so overwhelmed, and you're like, when do I get a rest? When is someone else going to hold up the world? It's kind of like the myth of Atlas, you know, the giant that had the world on his back. That's how the Greeks believe that the world stays up, is because a giant is holding it. Anyway, you feel like that giant. You're like, oh my God, do I get a break? And oh God, they're flooding me with another myth. The only time Atlas got a break was when Hercules, who is immortal, keep this in mind, got to hold up the world as one of his things that he was supposed to do. And Atlas just kind of wandered off. He was going to leave Hercules there, but then Hercules tricked him and said, oh, hang on a second, my tunic's not quite right. Can you hold it for a second? And then he got the heck out of there, right? So you're just waiting for someone else to give you the relief. And your story, or the continuation of this, is really interesting. We've got the High Priestess, and she's looking into the Knight of Swords, who is riding into the Wheel of Fortune. Now, this is a really interesting reading because, like I said, you're kind of coming at this leadership and supporting others the wrong way by doing too much. And there's going to be a moment this week when your intuition is just going to kind of stand up and roar at you, like you're the lion. It's going to roar at you, and it's going to send out these thoughts to you that are going to seem a bit combative, because your boundaries with everyone have been just a little bit fluid. It's going to send out these thoughts that are like, no, this is my space, this is their space, this is this is that. It's going to cut away some of those energetic ties that you feel. I'm not saying it's going to cut away your relationships, but what it's going to do is provide you some clarity as to really what you're supposed to be doing. Where are you doing too much for others, and where are you needing to step back? And it's going to be this moment that I feel is going to come very fast. It's going to come from deep inside of you, and it's just going to go, like it's going to fly out there. It's like, and that's going to cause this Wheel of Fortune. Now, this is also a great card because we see destiny starting to change and work out in your favor. Because remember, we started this week with the King of Pentacles, which is where we want to go. And you're going at it this way. Instead of enjoying the pentacles and letting them just kind of flow out of you, you're like, ugh, I got to hold everyone up just to sustain myself on this earth. But this Wheel of Fortune brings you right back in touch with that King of Pentacles energy. So when you stop trying to do so much, when you stop trying to be responsible for things that aren't yours, you're going to notice that there's a lot more psychic energy, spiritual energy for that wheel to turn for you. So how do I describe this a little deeper? It's something like you only have so much energy, and when you devote it to helping others too much, enabling others, there's only so much energy left in your auric and your psychic field. When you start to take back some of those, when that Knight of Swords helps you cut some of that away, it's like this energy is kind of free floating. And so what it does is it gives momentum out to the universe, and it shifts things in your favor. So this is really asking you to stand up for yourself in the way that you know how, in the way that you know that you need to give yourself a bit more boundaries. It's just sometimes that excitement of the fire, that excitement of the giving, the excitement of the overgiving gets you giving too much. You know, you don't have to be doing as much as you think you need to be doing. And the more you cut back, the more you stop doing so much, the more people actually start to think higher of you. Their respect for you and their regard for you just goes up. So this is a challenge because your first instinct is going to be to run in and save everyone and do everything. But there's really not that much that you need to be doing. You could actually be doing less and reaping more. So I will leave you with that thought. Thanks so much for joining me. Again, please subscribe if you haven't so far. It really helps us stay in touch so that you get the information you need every week. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great week.